What's going on, guys? This is Rob from Level 1 Gaming News, and going to bring you a quick update on the Overwatch beta for the second one coming out, and also some comparative differences between the first game and the second game. As you guys already know, there have been some updates with some characters, and yeah, it's been definitely game-changing, I would say, especially since it's the some characters have lost some abilities but gained others. Ones being such as like Orisa, which I will be bringing to light for you guys in this little quick video, and there'll be a few more to come a little bit later down the line. But yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys into the game, get in the training modes, and get you into the breakdown of each individual trait, ability, and things like that, just to show you what's different between the characters. So first off, we'll start with the classic Orisa, as you've seen here. Uh, Different abilities in the bottom right corner. Bring it up to a nice large screen. So Fusion Driver, her automatic is a projectile-driven weapon. As you see in the bottom right-hand corner, it's 150 bullets in her arsenal per clip or per magazine. On top of that, her E is her protective barrier. As you guys already know, when you drop a protective barrier, it has 600 health shield, absorbs a lot of damage, especially as a tank. She's basically one of the mainstays for any kind of shield or bubble tank, which she's done great in. But going forward, there are going to be some changes. She actually loses her shield in the second edition of Overwatch, which will be definitely interesting and definitely a game changer. The way they play, how she plays, and how she interacts with their environments. Fortify is still around, as you can see. This gives it a little bit of a boost in defense, and basically disables all immobility kind of attributes that other players will give you. So, say if you get trapped in a junkrat trap, you once you have it before active, they won't be able to stop you. Any kind of Rhine charge, it'll be stopped as well, which is definitely nice to have if you're going up against Reinhardts. And last not least is Halt. She launches a graviton charge, and it pulls people together, as you can see here. So again, a few of the game mechanics that they have for Orisa in the first one is, again, bread and butter. You get used to how she plays and the pulls and the ganks and everything else like that, especially with the shield to give you a little more protection. Pertaining to the second one, however, again, they've done a lot of changes to her kit. We'll switch over and then we'll give it a nice little peek at what that looks like. All right. And as you can see here, they do have a little bit of a different change of format, especially with characters and tanks and everything else, but we'll get into that a little bit later. So here you can see Orisa. Just jump into it. Same training stage and everything else. Lighting, as you can see, has gotten a lot better, but besides that, we'll go over that in detail later on. We'll cover over some other different changes they've done to the game. But already, as you can see here with the menu kit and everything else, they did have a nice little bit of a different layout for it. It is a little bit of see-through. You can actually see what's going on and move around while you're doing that. So, Augmented Fusion Driver, her main bread and butter, her main weapon. Huge change. So as you can see here in the bottom right-hand corner, it's infinite. So again, the only thing that you have to worry about is going to be heat. So with the Fusion Driver, once you overheat, you gotta cool down a little bit before you start shooting again. Unless you're toggling off a trigger, you can cool down a little bit and keep on popping off, which is nice. Definitely a big change for Orisa, since you're not spending as much time reloading and you're able to still move, which is nice. But yeah, it does have that change for good reason, and I'll explain a little bit later why that is. Besides that, so as well as the other changes, her ultimate, which I didn't touch base on the last time, in the original, was a power up for everybody. So basically, it gives them a offensive buff for all characters. Here, it's a little bit different, and I'll go back into it in a little bit. But we're going past that. Her right click, her energy javelin. So initially, her right click was a pull. So it would throw an orb and it would pull everyone to the center. Now it's actually an energy javelin where you literally throw a full javelin to someone, which is nice. So it does cause knockback and does again does a lot of damage as well. But besides that, the energy javelin does have a nice offensive addition to Orisa's kit. So going through everything does have a little bit of a drop. So once it refreshes, aiming a little bit higher does have a little bit of drop off, not huge amounts. So if you are looking to hit someone from across the map or snipe someone, get rid of that nasty widow. Just gotta throw it over. But as you see, it does have a little bit of a knockback with characters. But depending on who you're aiming for and what you're aiming for, you throw them together, it does knock both of them. As you can see here, well, health is not showing up properly, but main character that you're shooting at will take damage. The other person does not, so still full health as you can see there. But besides that, her other ability changes. She doesn't have a shield anymore, which is kind of interesting. Definitely going more towards a PvE type of gameplay where you're not being stationary, you're actually moving with different things. And that's going to be her javelin spin. So because she has the javelin, she basically spins her javelin in front of her and breaks any kind of projectiles and blocks a lot of melee activities or any kind of melee attacks going at her. And yet, it also pushes people back as well, which is actually pretty nice, especially for crowd control and getting to places. So with that, it looks like this. Nice quick 2-second javelin spin. But on top of that, when you are moving with the javelin, it will push people in front of her and do damage. Not a huge amount as you can see. But depending on what you have set up and what you have trained, and if you are able to boot people off. So, let's take care of that and I'll show you here. So normally if you do have that javelin, it does have displacement so that you knock people down, which is really, really nice. So if you are able to get people booped off the maps, which is really, really nice, so definitely go for it. Give a little bit of push. But as far as defending, you see here, people are getting shot. You are able to block shots and not take damage. And it does block people behind you, so you being a frontline tank definitely has that ability to block shots and give you a little bit of protection for the backline. But only thing is, again, 6-second cooldown for that, so you do have to use it sparingly and be careful when you do. But her Fortify is still up, so the nice thing is with the Fortify, still take shots like a champ, but you do get to give a small buff and shield. So as you can see in the bottom left corner, when I did Fortify, my health and shields did go up a good percentage. But again, that's temporary, so keep that in mind. So currently 500, when you buff up, 625. 125 health / shield boost you have to spare. So between the javelin spin and the Fortify, it could give you a good advantage of staying alive a little bit longer. But again, they have made changes to this game, so keep that in mind. Besides doing a 6v6 in previous, now it's 5v5, so you do have to keep that in mind when you are playing in comp or any kind of game modes. It's 1 tank, 2 healers, and 2 damage. So do be careful. Don't push out too far. Definitely keep an eye on your team and have good communication. But on top of that, last but not least is her ultimate. Her ultimate has definitely changed a lot since the first one. Since the first one was a buff for your entire team. The new Overwatch Orisa ult is a pull, and it basically charges up. I did show it off a little bit in the beginning, but as you can see here, you basically sweep enemies and anchor down, gaining effects of Fortify and charging up a surge of damage. Use the left click to unleash the surge early. So basically what that looks like is good sweep, pulls everyone in a little bit, charging up to 500, and breaks it down. Again, it's a great ultimate if you can get people pulled in. So Zarya, great way to pull people in. May, if you can lock them up into a small corner, great way to trap people in and use that ult. But again, your healing and everything else is definitely a big factor, since if you're pulling in a lot of people, they're all going to focus you or try to run away. So again, you got to work with your team to use that ult properly. So again, with a little bit of practice and a little bit of communication, you and your teammates can definitely take advantage of that. But besides that, that's the entire Orisa kit. Gonna play a few games for you guys and show you guys the differences between the two. That way you guys can see how different gameplay is, especially with having good healers or no healers. But you'll see. The game for Overwatch 2 is definitely a change of pace. And for the good or for the worse, that's up for you to decide. But again, the nice thing is it is going to be free to play. So just got to get used to how it plays and adjusting to the different updates for the abilities and everything else. But again, hope you guys enjoy and check out the gameplay and let us know what you think about the new updates for Orisa. I don't want to leave you guys with a little bit of gameplay, so you guys enjoy.
Select your attack. Select your hero.
Your safety is my primary concern. Only in unity will we find strength. For optimal chance of survival, stay in range of my barriers. Thank you. It seems that you are growing from your original programming as well. Error 404. Greet on what you not found.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Attack. Defend objective A. Capture objective A.
is ready.
أهلا.
My ultimate is
Reevaluating.
charging.
Re-engaging.
Try climbing that. Engaging thrusters.
We can't move.
Threats defeated.
Tired of fighting alone.
Let's keep it moving.
Don't fret. I 10 seconds. There's too much at stake right now.
Overtime.
My hairdresser should be in there. Locked up for how much he charges.
It's about to get real.
Take cover.
60 seconds to win.
Not so fast.
I will never rest. 30 seconds.
Heroes never die.
Overtime.
Push the payload.
Failure is a chance to grow.
وريهم قوتك.
Round 1. Complete.
Tengo que irme.
Score 2-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero. Only in unity will we find strength.
Take care of each other out there. You called?
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds. Whatever awaits us, I am prepared.
Enhancing your strength.
Lethality level increased.
I craft my own arrows. Each one a meditation.
Elle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Watch out for this one. Reevaluating. Re-engaging.
Let me try that again.
Moira, iron's on. Fortifying. I learn from my mistakes.
Orisa reported.
Not on my watch. Reevaluating. Re-engaging. The payload has reached the checkpoint. The world still needs defending.
It's at your service. Hey.
Systems impaired.
Nanoboost administered.
Don't get in my. Hello there. Take this.
Missteps
Mr. Yes?
still lead forward.